And we are live. What's going on, guys? It's Crater here. I don't know yet if Ron is showing up. He has prior arrangement, so I have no idea if he's showing up yet. If he does, that's great. If he's not, it's still cool, nevertheless. Welcome to the 41st episode, I believe, of This Week in Wrestling. I am your host, as always, Crater. I'm about to say your host with the most, Jesus Christ. Today's episode is all about the what the hell is the pay-per-view called? Fastlane. Yeah, this is a wrestling fan, guys. Today's pay-per-view is about the Fastlane fallout as well as their official, truly start the road to WrestleMania. Since all the pay-per-views are done, we're just straightforward to WrestleMania, and there was a bunch of stuff that happened this week and related to that, even inside the world of kayfabe of wrestling, even outside the world of kayfabe. I'll get to that all in a second. Because I had to make sure I can hear myself in the audio. Always afraid that I can't hear myself ever since the very first episode I tested. So, before we even get started, if you want to support the podcast, there's two ways of doing it. You can either do sponsor, or I should rephrase that. You're supporting the podcast regardless just by watching it. Watching it is a cool thing because out of every podcast you could be watching, even at this time, 8 o'clock, you decided to see mine. So I really appreciate it, guys, if you watch it or not. But if you want to support it monetarily, there's two ways of doing that. You can either do a sponsorship, which gives you exclusive sponsorship badges in live chat, exclusive access to sponsor-only live chat, exclusive access to custom abilities in the live chat. And then also you can super chat, which highlight messages in the chat stream that stands out. And also your comment will remain pinned to the top of the chat for a period of time. So that being said, as you see right here, we have our goal monetarily, and sub goal monetary goal is just $1, and our sub goal is 6,000 subs. Currently, we have 3,926 subscribers. We are growing every day, guys, and this whole year, well, 2017 and now, like, we have been growing a lot, and I really appreciate it. I would never thought. I truly believe we have like a couple more days before the end of the month. We can reach 4,000 subs. I think we can reach 4,000 subs before the month end. So that would be pretty cool if we do that. So if you subscribe today, if you sponsor, if you super chat, or even if you donate, a pop-up will appear on this screen. So it'll be recognized regardless. And I'll try to look at the chat as well as I'm doing the podcast today. Shout out to our subscribers. We have Mugen Puke. I'm sorry, I'm not pronouncing your name correctly. Goku Ultra Instinct, Rafael Akabad, and Ron Pulley. All of our recent subscribers. Really appreciate it. All right. Oh, Black Area Gaming. Can someone explain to me why WWE is making Asuka exaggerate every word in her promos? I guess she doesn't speak fluent in English, but it's not that she can't speak English. I know, dude. I completely agree with you because in NXT, she spoke perfectly fine. Like, she wasn't stressing her words out. And I will get into more of that when we get to our Raw review. So let me look up what news. I mean, I know the news. I just got to get my list out. So the first bit of news. I can't wait to talk about the second bit of news. So the first bit of news. I'm saying news is that apparently WWE SummerSlam is reportedly moving to a stadium. In 2019, MetLife Stadium will have a Mania 35 in East Rutherford, New Jersey, while Barclays Center in Brooklyn, New York will host this week's WWE Hall of Fame, as well as the post-Mania editions of Raw and Smackdown. Barclays Center already has this year's SummerSlam event locked in for August 18th and 21st. The reliable at WrestleVotes Twitter, which you can follow him at WrestleVotes, is saying that WWE could potentially move the Summertime Bash out of Brooklyn and into a much larger baseball stadium in 2019. Here's the official tweet from WrestleVotes. SummerSlam and the surrounding weekend events are moving on from Barclay after this upcoming year. Location still to be determined, but the highly probability of SummerSlam being held at a stadium venue, likely a Major League Baseball stadium. That's an interesting thing. Like, again, I don't recall, I'm trying to remember, at least in my lifetime, a WWE event being held like at a baseball stadium. There's always a football stadium, a basketball stadium, but never a baseball stadium, because it's just it's just an interesting way of doing it. Maybe was it WrestleMania 23? I don't know. I couldn't tell you. Was WrestleMania 23 held in a baseball stadium? I couldn't tell you. Or was it WrestleMania 19? I don't remember. Regardless, yeah, it would be interesting because they would have to do a different ramp based on the way baseball stadiums are built, like a different like entrances through the sideways and whatnot. It's gonna be a way different film show if they do it in a baseball stadium. So I'm for it all to last. Any big stadium, and they could, as long as they can fill in the crowd. I mean, it's good for them at the end of the day. Before we get to our next bit, you see Black Area Game. It says Shinsuke isn't forced to do that. This smells like a kind of done decision, like when he restricts Becky Promo's time because he doesn't like her accent. That is true. I have noticed Becky Lynch hasn't really been talking. In fact, the last promo I actually recall her doing was just a Fallout video, which was just so weird. Why is Becky Lynch only doing Fallout videos? Who knows? I personally disagree with that. I feel like Becky Lynch is a great talker because you don't like her accent. That doesn't mean she should be able to talk. She's a very good character, in my personal opinion. I may be biased because I do consider her my favorite female superstar. I'm just opening up all my news links, so I can't get to what I'm about to announce. All right, so let's talk about this one, shall we? This is gonna be amazing. So, even though I would report this during Raw, as is known by now, there was going to be a Fabulous Moolah Memorial Battle Royale at WrestleMania for the women, pretty much the counterpart of the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royale. However, due to the overabundance of controversy from the Fabulous Moolah, the WWE Universe was ups in arms about it, and they really did not like the fact that Fabulous Moolah was going to be. Hold on, I'm trying to get on. There you go. I want both of these tweets up. So here you go. That the Fabulous Moolah was going to be honored due to all the horrible things that she did. Apparently, the cause of all of this, especially the name change, was Snickers. Because Snickers tweeted out something in response to all of this, because Snickers, as you don't know, is actually a sponsor for WrestleMania, one of the biggest events of the year. And here's what they had to say. We were recently made aware of the World Wrestling Entertainment's decision to honor a former wrestler during the upcoming WrestleMania 34 event. As a principle-based business that has long championed creating inclusive environments that encourage and empower everyone to reach their full potential, this is unacceptable. We are engaged with WWE to express our disappointment. And next thing you know, the name officially changed. And here's what kills me about Stephanie. Same man tweeted, had the gall to say this on Twitter. Thank you, WWE Universe, for using your voice. What remains most important is that the WrestleMania Women's Battle Royale will be a historic match and is a part of the WWE's unwavering commitment to our women's division. Hashtag women's evolution. Hashtag change the name. Let me just say the very first sentence that she said in that. Thank you, WWE Universe, for using your voice. So let's get on to the second tweet. She extended that by saying, I love that the WWE Universe expressed their opinions, whether they are positive or negative. I think it is our responsibility to listen to our audience and do our best to give them what they want. Clearly, they did not want to name the Women's Battle Royale after Fabulous Moolah. We're really proud that they spoke up. We're really happy to make that change. I mean, okay. Let's play this game, Stephanie. Let's pretend like you guys actually care about what your audience thinks. If that's the case, I would like to point out, I'm sorry I'm saying this, but I would like to point out that the main event of WrestleMania 34 is Roman Reigns versus Brock Lesnar. But you like hearing our opinion and listening to us. But the main event of WrestleMania 34 is Roman Reigns versus Brock Lesnar for the Universal Championship. I'll say it one more time. You like listening to our voice and our opinion, but the main event of WrestleMania 34 is Roman Reigns facing Brock Lesnar for the Universal title. And that is all I have to say about that. Tyler Bate is not medically cleared for Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic. Mustache Mountain pulled from the tournament. WWE has just released the above NXT exclusive video, which I won't show the video, but where Tyler Bate reveals that due to a tweaked knee he is dealing with, he would not be medically cleared to compete in this year's Dusty Rhodes Tag Classic tournament. Due to his injury, Mustache Mountain has been pulled from the tournament. Now, I have zero idea if Tyler Bate is actually injured or not. However, this will explain the TV tapings of NXT of what happened, because I was wondering why the people who fought Oney Lorcan and Danny Burch were not Tyler Bate and Trent Seven. Who they are, I won't say it since it did not actually air yet on NXT. But now this explains why, because he was not medically cleared to compete. Whether that is actually true or not, I don't know. I had to probably look up an indie event that Tyler Bate probably did recently, see if that's actually the case. But yeah, all I'm saying is this explains why they are not in that bracket anymore. Moving on. NXT talent is released. Chrissy St. Cloud had reportedly been released from W Contact today. According to Square Circle Sirens, St. Cloud, who also worked as Christy Austin on AfterBuzz TV, have been working on as a backstage interview for WWE NXT. Today's release news has yet to be confirmed by WWE or St. Cloud. If you guys don't know who St. Cloud is, she was like that brand new interviewer that we haven't seen before a lot. I feel like she's a discount version of Renee Young, but that's my personal opinion. Let me see. Okay, this is definitely not her Twitter. So, for fuck's sake. Does she not have a Twitter? I could have swore she had a Twitter. Whatever. But there's just apparently she got released, so hopefully you're best in luck in your future endeavors. So we haven't really seen her a lot, but I guess this will explain why. And then, well, guys don't know at this point, WrestleMania, which I will not be watching that video. WrestleMania 35, sadly, which I really thought was gonna be in Philadelphia, my home state. Well, my home city, not state. I live in Pennsylvania, the city of Philadelphia. But my home city of Philadelphia, sadly, will not be happening. It will be, again, at the MetLife Stadium in New York, New Jersey. No opponent, whatever. So let's read. However, the real thing is that Triple H announced that Ronda Rousey would compete at WrestleMania 35. At today's WrestleMania press conference, Triple H announced that Ronda Rousey will be competing next year at WrestleMania for MetLife Stadium. No opponent was named. Following that announcement, Triple H listed all around confidence before bringing her to stage. On stage, Triple H stared down for a few moments before Triple H exited. Triple H did mention before Rousey took stage that he hopes she doesn't hurt myself and my wife too badly at WrestleMania in a few weeks. So there you go. Ronda Rousey is here for the long haul. Okay, there you go. And last but not least, for the bit of news for this week, Roman Reigns confirmed that the 50-man Royal Rumble for WWE Network is going to be actually airing for WWE Network. It was rumored that the greatest Royal Rumble would just be an exclusive show somewhere in Saudi Arabia. However, WrestleMania main eventer Roman Reigns appeared on the Jim and Sam Serlick's XM show today and confirmed that the greatest Royal Rumble will be on WWE Network. The special event will go down April 27th at the King dual indoor sports stadium. It has a capacity of 62,000 people. That's a WrestleMania crowd. Names advertised includes Reigns, Cena, Triple H, Shinsuke Nakamura, AJ Styles, and more in a 50-man Royal Rumble match. And there you go. There's also Shayna Baszler going at a troll, but that's pretty much it for the news. Backhair Gaming said they might still be punishing Bait for doing some indie days instead of Baby House. So, I mean, then what's the point of you? I mean, if that's the case, whatever. But what was even the point of advertising the guy? Then that's just my personal opinion. What's what? Now, let's get on to the reviews that happened this week, and we'll start off. You know what's funny? I completely forgot this past week was Fastlane. It didn't feel like it, but now I remember it was Fastlane solely because of one important thing that happened. Let me pull up the Fastlane results. Ooh. All right. Fastlane, which is a very important pay-per-view. It marks a lot of things. It marks the final pay-per-view for the road to WrestleMania. It also marks the last SmackDown Live exclusive pay-per-view before WrestleMania. And it also marks the final show exclusive pay-per-view, because starting WrestleMania onward, every single pay-per-view, at least for the foreseeable future, will be dual branded. I mean, I can't really be. I'm kind of irritated, but I can't really be mad because that's how it used to be when the brand split very first started back in 2002. They didn't start doing dual brand until I believe mid, and this is really pushing it mid 2003. Let's look that up, shall we? I feel like they didn't start doing it like mid 2003, but whatever. Yeah. Oh. Well, these are England pay-per-view. I don't count. Yeah. June. Yep. Like I said, mid 2003, and the brand split a year later. So maybe they're just They're just doing reverse. This is literally just reverse now. Before, every pay-per-view were dual branded, but now they was like, they're gonna separate and see how that goes. But yeah. 1, 2, 3. I'm just counting like 4 or 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, every year, 2006. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 5. Yeah. And then whatever. Those are the last ones. Really? That was? Really? Find it hard to believe. It was, huh? There was no Elimination Chamber because Elimination Chamber was at No Way Out, wasn't it? I feel like it was. There was no Elimination Chamber that year? Holy shit. Really? In 2007, there was no Elimination Chamber? Am I missing something? There was no Elimination Chamber. Oh, because I see why. Okay. Because that December to the Dismember pay-per-view. And then we had a bunch of events after that. Yeah, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. It was a good run, I guess. Kind of irritated that I really gonna miss the brand exclusive pay-per-view because they just felt unique. We won't be seeing the same people every month. There was different people. We had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I feel like the issue they just had too many brand exclusive pay-per-view. Again, it's just been one pay-per-view a month, period. With each of them having. Okay, so let's just pretend. Okay, this final thought on the brand pay-per-view thing. We have a 12-month calendar. 5 of those pay-per-views are dedicated to or no, it could be, let's say 4. Because Money in the Bank, in my personal opinion, doesn't have to be for both shows. Kind of lowers the thing for the pay-per-view, in my personal opinion. The Big 4. It's always been the Big 4. So that's 12, 11, 10, 9, 8. 4 pay-per-views each. They could have easily rolled with that. But, whatever. And we're getting less. It was a good run though, and there's no pay-per-views in Philadelphia next year, so I think this was the most pay-per-views you ever had in a year. I'm double checking. Huh? Holy crap! Interesting. We had a total of 16 pay-per-views in 2017, which is ironic. You know how ironic this is something ironic. I'm looking at the stat. There were 16 pay-per-views in 2017, which also marked the last year there were dual branded pay-per-views. The last time there were 16 pay-per-views were 2006. It was also the last year of brand exclusive pay-per-views. Right after WrestleMania, every single pay-per-view was dual branded. Huh. What are the odds? So I guess the 16 pay-per-views were the issue. That was this was the most pay-per-views we had in one calendar year. Besides 2016. And I think they're both tied for the most pay-per-views in one year. Interesting. Who would have thought? Huh. Yeah, who would have thought? I'm just reading something about this wrestling classic thing. But oh, and Black Area Gaming said you forgot one bit of news. Sam Collins has been master dick. Oh yeah, I have heard, but again, I don't really watch Impact Wrestling. I care less what happened. But I heard about the situation between him and Eddie Edwards. But the thing is, well, what kills me about this is that this was filmed months ago. Why didn't nobody know about this months ago? I read about this months ago. I heard it was brutal, but I mean, we never even saw it on TV. My whole thing is, why weren't anybody talking about this months ago when it actually first filmed? Was because it wasn't on TV or something? I don't know. But I have read about it, but yeah, I don't really pay attention to that. So yeah. Let's talk about Fastlane, shall we? Sorry, enough bickering. It was a kickoff show match, first off, between Bizongo and Ty Dillinger, taking on Mojo Rawley, Chad Gable, and Shelton Benjamin. I didn't personally watch it myself because I was getting food for my family at that time, but I heard Breezango and Tyler Breeze won, so congrats to them. And I heard it was a good match. I heard Ty Dillinger got the win. Always fan. They're ruining Ty Dillinger. Come on, Dayweed. You just let him do something. Let him, for God's sake, make him drop a few pounds, put him in the cruiserweight division. Let him do something. He's so good. He has a perfect gimmick that the fans always get behind. Let him do something for once. For Christ's sake. Just let him do something. We had Shinsuke Nakamura taking on Rusev in the very first match. Now, this was actually, for a match that was announced the same week of the pay-per-view, this was actually a very, very good match in my personal opinion. I wouldn't say it was a match of the night. I had to give it to the main event for that one. But yeah, this was a very, very good opening match. And see, the pay-per-view show, again, for the final pay-per-view of the year, I will admit, they've really, for the final of the year, final pay-per-view of the brand exclusive era, they put on a real good show. This pay-per-view, if anything, this pay-per-view showed these pay-per-views can be brand exclusive if you put on the right matches. It's just a Nakamura Rusev match. It was like a 2-week build. It was a very good match, and I felt like they blew it off perfectly. Rusev was way over. Nakamura was over. Rusev did get his stuff and looked like he was about to win. Imagine Rusev would have won against the winner of WrestleMania. The person who won the Royal Rumble going to WrestleMania. At the end of the day, Nakamura won with the King Sasa. And that was that. But that was a very good, I think this was my second favorite match of the night. We had Randy Orton versus Bobby Roode for United States title. Now, I don't think anybody was expecting the actual outcome of this. People all expected Bobby Roode to win. But Lo and behold, we were wrong. Near the end of the match, by Rude went on the turnbuckle. He jumped, but Randy Orton hit him with the RKO. And yeah, nobody was expecting that at all. Like, seriously. Nobody was. Randy Orton has won the United States title, and in doing so, officially made himself a Grand Slam champion. Congratulations to Randy Orton. I mean, he finally did after how many years? You thought he would have became Grand Slam champion sooner. I mean, he never had a need to go after the United States title, I guess, but this made him do something or give him something. But after the match, it wasn't over. Jinder Mahal came out. He attacked Randy Orton. Then Bobby Roode looked like he was trying to help Randy Orton by hitting Jinder with the glorious DDT, but it seemed like it was all really just for revenge, as Bobby Roode immediately hit Randy Orton with the glorious DDT, and Bobby Roode left frustrated. I would have to assume the WrestleMania match is going to be a triple threat match to mirror the Intercontinental title match that's happening at WrestleMania. That's my only assumption. We have Nikki. Oh no, I said we have Nikki. We have Natalya and Carmella taking on Becky Lynch and Naomi. It was a interesting match to say the least. I mean, glad Becky was freaking on pay-per-view. We haven't seen Becky on pay-per-view since what? I mean, on the brand exclusive pay-per-view since Hell in a Cell? Was she even on Hell in a Cell pay-per-view? No. That's the point. It's just glad anytime Becky Lynch is on something important here. So here was one of them, I guess, Natalya and Carmella. Shockingly, I wasn't expecting this. Carmella won. And Natalya, I would expect Becky Lynch and Naomi to go over. I was personally expecting Becky Lynch heel turn. I didn't want it. Just for some reason, I was expecting it. But, hey. Congrats to Natalya and Carmella. I don't know where they go from here. I'm assuming mostly all of these women are going to be, if they're not in a championship match, which means that's like 98% of them, they will be in that Women's Battle Royal, which used to be called the Fabulous Moolah Battle Royal. We had, which was supposed to be a Smackdown Tag Team Championship match between the Usos and New Day, and the match was going for 10 minutes. I mean, it was an interesting match. It was one of the more interesting matches than the match they used to have. They were pretty much copying each other's finishers. They were wrestling a different style match. I'll definitely say that. However, the match never ended because the match ended in no contest because the Bludgeon Brothers came out and they completely annihilated both teams, leaving them for dead, especially Xavier Woods. Xavier Woods looked like he was about to literally die. So, yeah, the Bludgeon Brothers, they are not playing no games at all. And, yeah. That was very interesting, to say the least, from the Bludgeon Brothers. What else I was going to say? Yeah, the new rivalry between the Uso New Day just ended because Bludgeon Brothers. So I'm assuming it might be a triple threat match for the SmackDown Tag Team titles between Blood Brothers, Usos, and New Day. Because people just expect it to be the Usos versus Blood Brothers, but I can't fathom, especially right now since they're playing a role in the story, I can't fathom the New Day not being in the SmackDown Tag Team title match at WrestleMania. We will see. We had Charlotte versus Ruby Riott. This is actually the very first time, as far as I know. I don't know if they have a live event or not. This is the very first time, as far as I know, that Charlotte and Ruby Riott ever even fought each other. And for the first time they fought, I thought it was a pretty good match. I mean, Ruby Riott showed that she got caught up. Unlike the other two, Liz Morgan and Sarah Logan, she got caught up with purpose. She can go with the main roster women. And Ruby Riott, at first I thought it was way too early for Ruby Riott to get called up, but then I forget she's been doing this for years before NXT. So yeah, she really fought well, and even though Charlotte won, I had to give props to Ruby Riott. She was an excellent worker in this match. However, the real story is after the match. After Charlotte won and they've shown a replay, all you hear is Asuka's music, and it's like, are you kidding me? Asuka comes out, she points to the sign, and now it's official. At WrestleMania, for the SmackDown Women's title, Charlotte Flair will defend her SmackDown Women's Championship against the Royal Rumble winner, Asuka. As far as I know, at this moment and based on this week, Asuka is still considered a Raw superstar. So it'll be interesting to see. I would like to think the obvious decision would be if Asuka wins, she'll be a part of the SmackDown Live roster. That personally makes the most sense to me. Even the stuff that makes the most sense, WWE sees another way. And then you had our main event, which was a six-pack challenge, which was originally supposed to be a fatal five-way. It was a six-pack challenge for the WWE Championship. AJ Styles, John Cena, Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn, Dolph Ziggler, and Baron Corbin. This was personally my match of the night. This was amazing. A lot amazing. People probably thought it was going to be. I don't think people even had low expectations for this. I personally thought it was a great match overall. A lot of cool spots. John Cena AAing Styles, and then the whole bit with Shane McMahon, the supposed implosion between Sami Zayn and Kevin. It was a bunch of interesting stuff. At the end, Cena was about to hit the AL Owens. I believe Owens did pop a powerbomb. AJ Styles does the phenomenal form. 1, 2, 3. Styles is victorious. He retains his WWE Championship, and now finally we can officially say the dream match is happening for a WWE title. Which should be the actual main event of WrestleMania, because freaking Shinsuke Nakamura won the goddamn match. I know you can argue Asuka, why not her? Well, guess what? In this day and age, and long as Vince McMahon is in charge, I don't think the women will ever main event WrestleMania. So with that being said, Shinsuke Nakamura versus AJ Styles should be the main event of WrestleMania. But we all know it's going to be Roman and Brock closing the goddamn show. So there it is. Congrats to Styles for retaining. Overall, again, I really enjoyed Fastlane. I mean, again, people always complain about the brand exclusive pay-per-views being all the same match all the time. This was a very, very good pay-per-view. And side note of brand exclusive pay-per-views. Hopefully we'll see each other again someday. So it makes me want to cry. But, I'll be right back, guys. We're going to take a quick few minute break, and we'll be right on with the Raw review for Monday Night Raw. And we are back. Let's talk about Raw, shall we? Let me pull it up. You would have thought I would have pulled it up for that break, but I guess not. Because I'm an idiot. That's why. Can't wait for today's episode of Super. That's when I might finish this early. I pull up Smackdown. Jesus Christ. Come on. There you go. Alright. So, the show starts off with Kurt Angle. He's talking about a bunch of stuff happy, talking about his match coming up at WrestleMania with Ronda. First off, what the hell am I doing? Something doesn't seem right. There we go. Raw logo. Anyway. Roman Reigns is facing Brock Lesnar for Universal title. However, for the past 2 weeks, Brock Lesnar has not been showing up. Kurt Angle came out and addressed that by saying, sadly, Brock Lesnar's not here tonight. I guess 3 strikes you're out. Roman Reigns came out. He said, you know what? Brock Lesnar doesn't respect anybody. And the thing what kills me the most is that Vince McMahon did not tell me any of this. And I walked right past him. He said, I don't care Brock Lesnar doesn't respect me, but I'll be damned if Vince McMahon disrespects me. And he stormed to the back, and then he went straight up to Vince McMahon's face, like right back into the corner, and just stormed right to the back. They tried to make it as real as possible by having Paige right there in Gorilla. And you saw Vince, and the funny part about it, you saw Shane. Now, I'm assuming the reason why Shane was there, in my personal opinion, is because Triple H could not be standing right there because that would just look so ridiculous. Because Triple H is currently in a feud with Kurt Angle. Why is even Triple H even being shown? Why did he even come out in the first place, producing the show? You get the idea. That's why I'm pretty sure they had Shane McMahon there in the first place. In my personal opinion. Well, there you go. Roman Reigns pretty much got suspended. Thanks for Vince McMahon telling us that. He's been temporarily suspended. The crowd cheered. And he guaranteed us that Brock Lesnar will be here next week. Next up was Sasha Banks versus Sonya Deville. I personally didn't see the ending of this match. I saw Sasha Banks came out with Bayley. Bayley looked a little whatever, like she didn't care, and Sasha looked worried for her. Again, I didn't see the ending. I know Sasha Banks won, but I didn't see the ending. And I believe when Sasha Banks won, Bayley left after Banks won, and then both Paige and Mandy Rose came away. And Mandy Rose Sonya Deville attacked Sasha because we'll be damned if Paige ever attacked Sasha. She had to stay as far away as possible from the action because she's injured again. I don't even know why she's even over there because she's injured. It's ridiculous. We had the Raw Tag Team attack Sheamus and Cesaro because they were supposed to have a match, I'm assuming. I believe it was against the Club or the Revival. I don't actually remember. All the Raw teams came out and they were just sick of their crap. So, yeah. And then Kurt Angle there. Both of them. That there will be a battle royal, and the winner will be facing Cesaro and Sheamus for Raw Tag Team titles at WrestleMania. We'll see what happens in the main event. Then we had John Cena. He came out and declared that he will be at WrestleMania. However, it will be as a fan. He's going to be at ringside because he expects us to believe he won't have access to the back while WrestleMania is going on. He expects us to believe that. But He was saying he could go as a fan. He was saying, "Hey man, we can really do this." Or he was like pretty much get ready to leave and say, yeah, that's it, guys. I'm gonna be a fan of WrestleMania. He was like, you know what? Why about I just say this? I'm challenging the Undertaker. Like he just challenged Undertaker. Figures that well, it doesn't matter. I'm not gonna WrestleMania. I'm just issuing the challenge. He said Undertaker won't give it to him because of his ego, and he said he knows he's fine because he's seen pictures of him working out on his wife's Instagram, which you don't know is Michelle McCool. So he said he's issuing the challenge, and all he wants from Undertaker is just one more match. I don't want the match because I know Cena's going over, sadly. We had Finn Balor versus Seth Rollins due to the fact that prior there was Miz TV between all three superstars in the Intercontinental title match, triple threat match, Miz, Seth Rollins, and Finn Balor. Miz tried to do his usual thing, trying to persuade one another to go after each other. That didn't work, but again, both of their own egos got to the best of them, and they started attacking each other. Okay, they want to be the last one standing, which is all in a match between both of these superstars. It was a very, very good match. But at the end, Finn Balor was able to defeat Seth Rollins with the coup de grace. Again, just building momentum to their eventual match at WrestleMania, which would be for triple threat for the Intercontinental title, as Miz defends his Intercontinental title against both the Finn Balor and Seth Rollins in a triple threat match. We had Asuka versus Mickie James. This resulted because Asuka came out to talk about her WrestleMania decision before she could say even a word. Both Alexa and Mickie James came out and started to make fun of Asuka by basically saying, hey, see, she left because she picked the right decision by picking the weaker champion. Asuka said, no, I just wanted competition. I already beat you before, so you're not worth it. Those two arguing, and that resulted in a match between her and Mickie James, because Mickie James did attack her. Asuka almost, it was at some point when I believe, oh crap, the streak's about to end, but wow, I'm being fooled easily. Asuka was able to defeat Mickie James. However, I would like to mention that prior to all of this, Asuka and Mickie James trying to call out somebody. We didn't know who the hell they were referring to, but it turned out to be Nia Jax. Nia Jax said she didn't come out because Kurt Angle told her to stay back there because she was about to have a match anyway. And, what you call it? She beat a jobber, so that was nothing new. However, for some reason, the camera went back on backstage, and I saw everything. She saw Alexa Bliss talking crap about her. Like, she just said she's nobody. She was just using Nia the whole time. And Nia heard all of it. She was irritated. She was looking like she was going to kill Alexa. Alexa, thanks to Charlie Caruso, found out that the mic was on the whole time. And, yeah. Alexa and Mickie both ran off as Nia Jax was just destroying the locker room, just trying to find Alexa Bliss, the Raw Women's Champion. This is clearly leading to Nia Jax and Alexa Bliss for the Raw Women's title. A lot of people don't want this match for some reason. I think it's going to be perfectly fine, but a lot of people don't want this match for some reason. We have the official announcement of the Ultimate Deletion. It's going to be insane, guys. It's been a long time coming. We saw the final deletion back in TNA with Jeff Hardy and Matt Hardy. So it's going to be the Ultimate Deletion. He's going all out. He showed his whole family. This is going to be something else, I say. I mean, this is... You can either... My son also he's going to break... ruin everything. My Hardy's probably go back to the original gimmick, or this could be very, very good and possibly help out Bray Wyatt, because Bray Wyatt needs anything at this point, in my personal opinion. And then we had the over-the-top battle royale to determine the new opponents for Shane Cesaro's Raw Tag Team titles WrestleMania. Before the match even started, Braun Strowman appeared out of nowhere, and he's told him to ring the bell because he wanted to be a part of this match. Could probably say anybody can get these hands as he makes his road to WrestleMania. He, obviously, if you guys are looking at the Rock at this point, won. He eliminated all the teams. And because of that, he now earned the right to face Cesaro and Sheamus for the Raw Tag Team titles at WrestleMania. However, it's still not official, 100% official, because Cesaro and Sheamus believe, what the hell? He's only one person. He can't compete for the Raw Tag Team titles. And how Raw ending. I mean, it was a solid Raw, personally. No Brock Lesnar. I mean, no Undertaker. No Ronda Rousey. No Triple H. No Stephanie. I mean, for those lack of people, this was still a very good Raw overall, and I really appreciated it. Hopefully, next week can be better, as weeks are continuing to be better, as we are officially on the road to WrestleMania for Monday Night Raw. I'll be back, guys, in a few seconds, or a few minutes, I should say, as we talk about the Smackdown Live review. And we are back, guys, and let's talk about Smackdown Live. Make sure that I'm still in the chat. Where you guys can't even hear me. Alright, so I can hear myself. Anyway, let's get Smackdown. Before we do, like your game has said a lot, The best part of that promo was when Roman claimed Brock was Vince's boy. I literally laughed out when he said that. Yeah, because it sounds so ridiculous. Of course he's Vince's boy. Roman is Vince's boy as well. One of the rumors is Dr. Cena versus American Badass Undertaker. Honestly, I would love that. Perfect way to turn Cena heel. Great way for Taker to go out. I always loved the American Badass gimmick. That's my favorite gimmick of all time. I always hope it comes back. Dead Man Inc., man. And the match beat Mickey James now. You've been involved in the story-based round, considering the face fat before, and now you have Mickey involved again. Mickey just feels a lot of sympathy for Nia backstage. I mean, again, it's just circumstantial. Here's my thing. I personally, now this is my personal opinion, I truly believe this was never meant to be the match of WrestleMania. I personally think the match of WrestleMania was always meant to be Asuka versus Paige. But due to Paige's injury, the circumstances changed. I always figured Paige or Asuka was gonna win the Royal Rumble, and then either Paige or Asuka was gonna win the Raw Women's title. More than likely, it would have been Paige who won the Raw Women's title because of that solution. But that's just my personal opinion. I don't think this whole Alexa, Mickey, and Nia was meant to be for WrestleMania. So, with that being said, you get what you get. That's all I can really say about that. Let's talk about Smackdown. Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn demolished Shane McMahon with brutal attack, but that's at the end of the show. We had a bunch of stuff. We have AJ Styles, Shinsuke Nakamura finally confronting each other after now we officially know that AJ Styles will be facing Shinsuke Nakamura for the WWE Championship at WrestleMania. They were interrupted by Rusev and Aiden English, which eventually led to AJ Styles versus Rusev in a match. Ended via disqualification. Aiden English interfering, and it seemed like Nakamura was not going to help him at first. He was just standing there, just looking at him getting beat up. But he said, screw it, and he decided to help him out. So, good for AJ Styles backstage. He said, hey, man, look, I don't need your help. He said, yeah, you kind of do. I'm going to make sure nothing happens to you. So, come WrestleMania, I'm going to beat you with knee to face, as he said. We then had the Bludgeon Brothers facing Jimmy Uso and Big E because they were the last two remaining for their respective team after the Bludgeon Brothers pretty much destroyed everybody. However, the Bludgeon Brothers completely annihilated Jimmy Uso and Big E, and they attacked them again after the match. Again, I personally feel it has to be a triple threat tag team match for WrestleMania. I can't fathom the New Day not being part of WrestleMania. I just can't fathom it. So it has to be triple threat, and I'll be perfectly fine with it. Charlotte and Asuka went face to face for the very first time. She said, I can't wait to face you. Your history is just amazing. She says she has to make her own legacy, and this legacy will start by beating Asuka. Asuka said she is going to submit her own legacy, and that is beating Charlotte and winning the Smackdown Women's Championship. So, Charlotte versus Asuka, WrestleMania. Who would ever thought today this was going to happen? Like, I would have never believed it, and now it's actually happening. We had tension between the new United States champion, Randy Orton, as he got confronted by Byru. Byru said, you would better man at Fastlane. However, I do get a rematch, and I won at the grandest stage of them all, WrestleMania. But Jinder Mahal said, hey, man, you can't forget about me. I beat Byru when he was the United States champion. So, back in the line, so Byru and Jinder Mahal fought each other. And Jinder Mahal was able to beat Byru to distraction of one of the Singh brothers. And again, this confirmed my theory. Again, another triple threat match with Byru, Jinder Mahal, and Randy Orton. I could personally see that happening in triple threat. I can't see it. It could be a fatal five way. I can actually see it being a multi-person match because I can't fathom Baron Corbin and Dolph Ziggler not doing anything. So it might be a multi-person match for United States title. I say ladder match. We had Carmella facing Naomi. It was a good match. Carmella won again. Now, because they're really pushing Carmella, I feel as though Carmella is definitely cashing in sooner rather than later. That's why they're giving her these wins, because they want to prepare her as much as possible. I think she is going to be cashing in sooner rather than later. We will see. And then we had Shane McMahon's major announcement is that he's going to be stepping down definitely as the commissioner, because his personal feelings keep getting best of him. He said Daniel Bryan will return next week. And there you go. Also, he had one more announcement, is that Kevin Owens will be facing Sami Zayn at WrestleMania. Before we can even wrap our head around that, Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn came out. They said they're glad he's leaving. They're going to give him part of grip, and they beat the hell out of this man. I mean, Kane Man sold it very well. It looked like he was about to die. He's about to have a heart attack backstage. He just beat the hell out of him. And yeah, we'll see what happens with Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. Will the match stay official? At WrestleMania, I'm assuming it is. That's why Shane Man made it before he decided to leave. So we will see. Blackbeard Area Game said, I feel like Paige, Dale, Bryan had the same mindset. Work as hard as possible to wrestle in WWE, but if they aren't loud, they let their contracts expire wrestling in the indies. Shinsuke stole CM Punk's needs to face Hogan. Next, AJ will be telling Shinsuke your arms are just too short to box a guy. Everyone's stealing from CM Punk. I wouldn't go that far, Black Area Game. We will see. We will see, but I wouldn't personally go that far. But who knows? You may be right. You may be onto something. Maybe they're trying to make people forget about CM Punk. Who knows? We had the Mixed Match Challenge. Nobody cared. It was, I even forgot. I think it was Bobby Roode and Charlotte versus Rusev and Lana. Obviously, Bobby Roode Charlotte run. Mixed Match Challenge. Who cares? On to 205 Live. See that transition there on the screen? I know I'm awesome. And unlike last time, the crowd actually stayed to watch, which I'm glad. First off, tag team match: Hideo and Akira versus Grandma Leak and Lince Dorado. Again, hashtag why is Grandma Leak not Cruiserweight champion? Hashtag Grandma Leak stop being a goddamn lucha party. He doesn't need this. You're better than all of them. Grandma Leak, you're better than Lince. You're better than Kalisto. Why the hell is Grandma Leak a part of this stupid shit? Hideo and Akira, they fought him. It was a good tag team match. Again, I enjoyed it all. The cruiserweight high flying. That's what cruiserweight wrestling should be about. High flying, non-stop action. Not addressing TNA, but whatever. Hideo and Akira won, thanks to Hideo. But it seemed like Hideo accidentally injured Grandma Leak, which made Kalisto and Lince very upset. And Akira had to hold back Hideo. It seemed he was frustrated as well. I don't know what's personally... Sorry about that. I don't know what's personally going on, but apparently the rumor is the fact that there will be eventual cruiserweight tag team title, and that is truly the case, then the 205 Live will officially be its own separate entity. It won't be a part of Monday Night Raw anymore. So we will see. I hope so, because again, Triple H is really being hands-on with them because they know their potential. And I do like this idea. People might hate it, but I personally like it because, again, let's be realistic. As much as I love Grand Metalik, I know he will never be Intercontinental Champion because they will never make him Intercontinental Champion. So let him have his own division. Let him rule that division. So there won't be no glass ceiling that people are talking about that this is the far they're going to go. They could do their own thing on their own show. He could be a cruiserweight champion. It could be just as important if they do it right, if they book it right. It could be just as important as any other title that day we had, as long as they book it right. That's just my personal opinion. We had Jimmy Jack Gallagher versus just a random jobber. I'm assuming just this is more of a storyline perk because Drake Madrick came out to do 205 Live GM. He was scouting him. I guess Jimmy Jack Gallagher wanted to prove himself to the general manager. Then we had our very amazing main event between Cedric Alexander and NXT superstar Roderick Strong. Wow, amazing. Match of the week in my personal page. Just outright amazing. This was an amazing match. Roderick Strong, wow, incredible. He's gonna be over once he officially joins 205 Live. I feel like he's gonna be very over with the crowd. So amazing. They killed each other for this, and at the end, they both hit their finishes. Both of them withheld the rope to make sure they wouldn't be counted out. They couldn't believe it with their own eyes. It was really good. I really did enjoy that. In the end, Cedric was able to roll up Roderick Strong after Roderick Strong tried to do Inner Heartache again, but it failed, and Cedric Alexander roll him up. Cedric Alexander is officially going to WrestleMania in the finals of the Cruiserweight tournament. And people keep saying, "Oh, is this gonna be a kickoff show?" I don't think it is, because again, Triple H is producing the show. They wouldn't put so much emphasis on the fact that this is their first WrestleMania, despite the fact they were on a kickoff show last year. This is their first WrestleMania that the Cruiserweights will be a part of. So they're really pushed that fact. So that being said, I think it's going to be on the main card. I think it's going to be the very first match. But I think it's going to be on the main card. And I feel like it should be the very first match. So they could set the standard on how this show is going to be WrestleMania. That's just my personal opinion. Overall, very good show, 205 Live. So I was going to move to the final. Next week, we'll find out who is going to be going alongside with him, Mustafa Ali and Drew Gulak. So, hi. Oh, the King says hi. What's up, King? Glad you can make it. I mean, even though we're about to wrap things up here, glad you can make it, King. I think you're a new viewer. I haven't seen you on here before. But nice seeing you, King. And you're a wrestling fan. Huh, cool. Last but not least, let's talk about NXT. And there we go. Apparently I was just on a slant this whole time. My apology, guys. Alright, NXT. Let's talk about NXT. I think they're still in that state there. I think this is their last time. This was the last of them being in that stadium. So, first off, we had one of the first round matches for the Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic. Tino Sabatali and Richard Moss taking on Sanity. Alexander Wolf and Eric Young. Again, I just have to talk about this again. I just find it really interesting. The leader of Sanity, as far as I know, and as far as they like to tell it, is Eric Young. That's pretty obvious. But with that being said, Killian Dane is the one always doing the solo stuff. So it's like, it's just, to me, that's personally just kind of weird how, again, it's, Eric Young's the leader, but Killian Dane's always doing single stuff. I would like to think that, it would be Killian Dane, Sounder, and Alexander Wolf, but whatever. Anyway, they won. They're moving to the next round. We had Tommaso Ciampa again do the similar thing that he did the week before, and that was just not saying anything. The crowd got irritated, and he just did again. Tommaso Ciampa is truly like one of the best heels out there. Amazing. He is truly amazing. He looks like he's ripped now. He's still a cruiserweight. That's the amazing part. Look how ripped he is. And he is a cruiserweight. Amazing. Like, he is just something else. Tommaso Ciampa. I just can't wait until these two finally face each other one more time. I'm assuming the match has to happen at NXT TakeOver. I don't know what they're going to do. We had Dakota Kai take on Lacey Evans. Dakota Kai won in a couple seconds, but this was more of a storyline purpose for somebody else. In this case, Shayna Baszler. Shayna Baszler came out like she's going to attack Dakota Kai. Ember Moon came out and they said, let's do it one more time at TakeOver New Orleans. And I guess it's made official. at TakeOver New Orleans, which is the night before WrestleMania. It will be Ember Moon taking on Shayna Baszler one more time for the NXT Women's Championship, and this time I believe Shayna Baszler is going to win because usually people don't get second chances for NXT title at a takeover again. Usually, unless they're not going to give it to them the next time. So with that being said, I personally think Shayna Baszler is actually going to win this time. So that'll be interesting to see. We had the Street Profits taking on Heavy Machinery, and another first round. The Street Profits was able to win, and they advanced to the first round. So now the bracket's looking like the Street Profits be taking on the Authors of Pain. I wonder who's going to win there. So I do love the Street Profits, so let's not kid ourselves here. And then we have Sandy taking on Mustache Mountain. Well, originally supposed to be Mustache Mountain, either Only Lorcan and Danny Burke against somebody. So we will see who is it going to be in the Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic. Then we had the main event, which was, I believe this was the main event. No, this wasn't the main event. We had the United Kingdom Championship match with Adam Cole taking on Pete Dunne. It ended in interference by Undisputed Era. And the lady getting up in her hand. Then Roderick Strong, out of all people, came out to help Pete Dunne. So it seems like they have mutual respect for each other. So we'll see where things go from there. And then we had the contract signing between supposedly supposed to be Andrade Cien Almas and Aleister Black. Instead, Selena Vega came out for Aleister. And like, wow, this is the first time we've seen the most character of Aleister. This was amazing from Aleister. I like this guy. I really, really do. Selena Vega slapped him, and then he just signed the papers and left it. And he told Selena, oh, yeah, by the way, I'm glad you came alone because I didn't. And then Candice LeRae came out, which is Angaro's wife. And she beat the hell out of her, getting her revenge. And that was NXT. And that was this week in wrestling. So thank you guys for watching. Thank you, Black Area Gaming, The King. I guess you have a new viewer. Sadly came in at the end. But just tune in. Usually every Saturday. That's usually what my podcast is. Usually Ron is with me. But this week you're going to make it. And special thanks again for your Irish saying. So thank you guys for watching. If you like today's video, make sure you hit that like button. You can comment, which you already did, obviously. And, yeah, thank you guys for watching. Really appreciate it. And until then, Crater, signing off. Catch you guys later. I did that wrong. See ya.